Shalom, shalom, everyone. Wise Solid speaking. Giving you all a chance to get in here. And I don't know how to move that out the way. Peace and wisdom. As I said, I'm giving you all a chance to get in here. If any of you guys have a question, you can ask. Before I start, peace and wisdom. Abderman Bar. And everyone else, like I said, I'm giving you all a chance to get in here. Peace and wisdom, boss man. I forgot to ask that question, if I was clear. In any event, let's start with moral values. Of course, this is something that most are lacking in these times. And so I want to say this first in regards to moral values, and you're coming to my channel to learn. Peace and wisdom, R. Jr. Like I said, I want to give you guys something right quick in regards to moral values, in regards to your coming to my channel to receive wisdom and deal with me. Yeah, the clouds do look pretty beautiful. I was taking in all the scenery myself. If you're someone who partakes in gossip, you know, rumors, listening to the latest thing about a person, whether it be me or anyone, and you don't bring the information back to the source, meaning if you just take whatever one side of a thing, because that's what gossip is, a one-sided thing, you get it, the filling in the blanks on top of that, and this is what makes one's mind all scrambled and lost. But if you come to realize you're like that, you listen to gossip, but you never get the facts after, you know, both sides. I don't deal with people like that. Not, you know, I don't care to deal with people that move in that way. I deal with people who don't take in any gossip whatsoever. Once they hear gossip, their light bulbs already turn on, you know? Their mind goes into the, what are you telling me for, and why are you not telling them? And where are they at? So we can nip this in the bud right now. I deal with those types. Are the types that do hear gossip, but they bring it back to whoever they heard it about to get a clarity. You know, them being right. And whatever perspective they have is the most important thing to them. Because, you know, we all have to live out our perspective, our mind, how we see things. Wisdom is for those that's like that, meaning you can't serve two masters. You can't be dishonorable in your ways and have no clue of how to be honorable in your ways and check in for wisdom. I'm not saying you can't listen or do whatever you want, but I'm saying a person on the true path of righteousness and wisdom, they're not going to want to deal with you or anyone, you get it? It's not a going backwards game. So when I say I don't want to deal with anyone that, you know, conducts themselves in that way, it's not so much you, it's just about me and my going forward in life, you understand? Staying on the right path. And so, of course, I know a lot of people in the daytime shall get lost in the gossip, but when you're dealing with me, make sure you get it. And anybody else that's, solid in their ways. And you get to a place where, you align yourself with people who are solid. Peace and wisdom, Japanese. Like I said, align yourself with those who are solid in their ways, because you truly can't serve two masters. Meaning you can't be in gossip crowds, then coming around people who ain't, with all that nonsense. You got to kind of find your place and know what you want for yourself. In that, you have to conduct yourself, you have to conduct yourself in the way of whatever you're trying to attract. So if you're trying to attract a certain crowd of people, you have to move in that way, the way of the people. So in regards to moral values and dealing with me, if you're someone who's like that, you listen to a lot of gossip, whether it be about me or anyone, but mainly me, because I can't speak for anyone else, but you have to keep track of those things. But in regards to me, if you listen to any gossip, false talk, whether you think it's real talk or not, whatever the case may be, if you didn't bring it to me, then I'm going to view you as someone who just believes whatever you hear, and you don't get clarity on things. You're filling the blanks. I'm not saying, well, something is wrong with that, but I'm not saying you can be however you want, but I don't deal with those types. That being the furthest thing from wisdom. If you're someone lost in the street, morals and things of that nature. Seek out wisdom when you're done with things that are not honorable. Honor have to do with honesty. And honesty is the way to truth, meaning truth have to do with honesty. You don't have to do anything with wisdom. Just anything in life. Honesty is the foundation. And so that's the main thing I like to control, like, the energies, which is the people that I deal with, or that are trying to deal with me. Now, you may be somebody that got the scrambled mind, so you feel like you may think I'm dishonorable, so you say I could be dishonorable with you back. You don't deal with dishonorable people. Like I told you before, I don't deal with dishonorable people. But if they forcing themselves upon me, they get no honor. Keyword, if they're forcing themselves upon me. Other than that, I don't deal with dishonorable people. And so if you have that perspective of me, make sense in your life and don't deal with me. You don't flip-flop around it trying to make sense of, foolishness for yourself. I'm straightforward and solid in my ways. I ain't confused on anything in life. Peace and wisdom, fishing, whatever your name is, you have to make your question missing something. And so before you seek wisdom, you start with your moral conduct, your moral values, things of that nature, and then you start to check those around you in their morality. Because like I said, everything is contagious, so you don't have to apologize, brother. You have to write whatever you were writing, but make it make sense. You put is what you do for a living. So again, you're missing something. Meaning there should be something before that, like backflips. Is that what you do for a living? He said, is this what you do for a living? I'm an author. Go to my website and purchase my books. Salam, shalom. I'm not sure why y'all so slow when y'all come in here, some of y'all. But I'm an author in many things. But most of all, I'm the wisest man alive. In that, I don't do anything for a living, I live. Asking me the question from the slave-minded perspective. You get my point? Meaning you're still a slave. Don't take offense. I ain't saying I was a slave. Everybody what they we all gonna be what we gonna be by default till we get to a level where we grasp things mentally and say, hold on, this ain't right, this ain't fair. But you get my point? You're still a slave, so you're asking like, what do you do for a living? You don't understand things outside of that. And that if I say I don't do anything for a living, I live for a living, I'm not a slave, probably not going to grasp what I'm saying. When you're a slave, your work is your life, it's your conversation outside. You get it? But most people that slaves don't realize that. So their whole conversation, their whole life becomes their work. You run out of things to talk about, so this is where gossip and all those other things. That's how that happens. You know, when you're not fulfilling your own self or living your own life, you know, however you want, spending the moments of your day however you want. But if you're asking how do I earn a living, like how do I earn money? Like how do I just sit on the river's edge and earn money? I'm an author. I go live from the river's edge. It's not where I spend my time though. And so the next person goes live wherever they go live at, but you get my point? Or they record their videos wherever they do, but I'm sure their life is not in that one. You get my point? Y'all make the videos the whole life. So when y'all watch people do like they prank videos, I don't think y'all ever bring the mind to say, okay, after this moment, then they're either just standing around or packing it up. It's nothing happening outside of the creating the moment. Meaning the creating the moment is not fun. Like that, it's like a movie. Making the movie is not fun, but the person that watches the movie, they ain't going through all them takes and all of that. You get my they ain't sitting around for countless hours in the trailer, and you get my point? So look at it like that. Whatever y'all watch online, it's just a moment, but it's not the person's life, I don't suppose. I don't fish, I don't partake in anything that have to do with killing. But, you know, of course, if I'm starving and I have no choice, fish will be fished. But if it's not a need and it's going to be a death involved, meaning me having to kill something, I'm good. Now, do I eat fish? Yeah, I eat fish. You say, man, the fish was killed. What's the difference? I didn't kill it. That's the difference. What I said is the point of what I said. I don't partake in killing. If you out here killing fish and catching fish, ain't my business to tell you what to do. All I can do is insinuate, hey, you know, you're killing them fish for no reason if you ain't gonna eat all the ones you caught. That's it. Outside of that, all has to eat. Now, fishing said I catch and release. Might as well just kill it, catch it, and keep it. I suppose after you put the hook all in the mouth of the fish, probably gonna starve if you throw him back in the river. I mean, how's he gonna eat? With a big old hole in his mouth. Can you eat? Would you be able to eat if your mouth was burning because you had a big hole in it? Probably not. So, you get my point? Man don't have no awareness of things outside himself, and that You say I catch and release. It's like saying I shot the motherfucker up, but I didn't kill him. Shit, you might as well have, you, but you put him through all of that. Put him through all of that, you might as well kill him. Well, you might as well not have started, but you get my point. And so the main thing is, if you don't have moral values, maybe you think you do, but they don't align right, my channel's not the place. You know, a lot of you guys been coming here year after year, you're stuck. You're still on your same simple-minded accord where you think you have to prove something to me because you overstepped your bounds. And you get my point. I don't even have you in mind or even know you exist. So come to my channel when wisdom is truly what you seek. Make sure you pay your tithes, or you join one of the, pick a membership, join up. In regards to y'all paying y'all tithes and giving back, y'all are not good with balance, so you get my point. I just join the channel. Those of y'all that do give back, I keep a little bit up public for y'all efforts, but you get my point. I want to just join up. If y'all all start giving back, then that's a different case. He said, actually, the hook doesn't hurt the fish. You're not the fish. And get real, everybody has a brain. Basically telling me a hook inside of a fish mouth is, what are you talking about? Fish are not born with hooks in their mouth. A hook is a metal sharp object. I don't see how in your brain you would think, actually, the hook doesn't hurt the fish. I feel sorry for the people in your life because you probably hurt them and you have that same perspective. You may hurt their feelings and have that perspective. Well, I don't think I did. And you get it? You have people like that in life, completely unaware of their actions, their self. There you go, K-Flame. They bleed from. That's why I'm trying to figure out anybody that ever fished. I can't see them saying, well, the hook doesn't hurt the fish. The fish is squirming all around, looking like it's dying in pain. And he said, I'm like you, K-Flame. Sometimes I kind of hate humans. I'm like, y'all really have serious mental problems and bitterness issues where y'all will carry on really thinking y'all have some point. And it'd be like completely ridiculous. Can we get the thumbs up in here, please? K-Flame, I would advise you don't even waste your time talking to people. Once you see a person overlook truth or try to make their crooked ways right, just cease talking to them, because you're gonna stress your own self out. So if you somebody that live, the right way and you have the right perspective of things, just kind of try to avoid people that you already know is a liar, or they're gonna overtalk, whatever points you make, and they lie, whatever the case may be. All of that counting as lie, but avoid people like that, because all you're gonna do is stress yourself out or bring yourself backwards. And you get my point? Once you see a person speak over the truth or a point made, that's not going to stop. That imbalance goes beyond that moment. It goes beyond whatever you can fathom. You get it? That perspective that they have, it goes deeper than that moment in that situation, but their character is like that. And that you're going to always have to point out things to them. Dishonorable things that they do. Some of y'all have peoples like that, where you always have to point out how their perspective isn't right. It's not fair. They may be being unfair with you. So you find yourselves quarreling, but you get my point? They don't really have a point, but for some reason they think they do. It's not about you making your point with a liar or somebody who overspeaks the point. just get on. That's your sign right there. Let me just get on. You ain't got to get frustrated or nothing. You get my point? Everybody can be what they want. So if you're wise, are you on that path? You always keep that in mind. People can be whatever they want. In that, you just got to know self and keep all your eggs aligned. You don't want to be honorable around dishonorable people, because whatever, like I always say, dishonor carry a debt. And so whatever debt they accrue for themselves, you don't want to be present. You live in the right path. You're sowing seeds of goodness, which is what you should reap. When you reap them seeds of goodness, you're going to be sharing it with the dishonorable person. They have debt coming their way for their dishonor, and you get it? You're gonna find yourself going in a circle where you're getting blessings, but then for some reason they not panning out right. You get it? It's from that. You may be doing right, but you're surrounding yourself with people who ain't. In that, y'all are locked in. Maybe it's reverse. You're dishonorable and you have to figure it out. I know your place. K Flame. Shalom. Like I said, can I get the likes up in here? If you come here with any emotional problems that makes you feel like I don't want to like the video, can you please depart? That was the point of the moral value talk in the beginning. Apply what's said to self. From there, you slide out. If you come to realize, oh, I don't have no real problem, I'm just stupid in that way, and you make proper adjustments. But get the mental and emotional problems together. This is what a lot of y'all need to do. I'm not sure why y'all think like being a victim or convincing yourself that you're one. Like victimized, like there's a reward for you. A lot of y'all be trying to prove your point that you was did wrong, or like you a victim. But there's no reward after you prove that. You get my point? Some of y'all want to get my attention. You hurt my feelings, Solace, or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't care if it wasn't right in the moment. Whatever happened, I'm balanced. So you did something. But whatever the case is, when you come in here, if the Jews is up to par, like the video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you pay your tithes, give back every time I go live, once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever, however it works for you. But make sure you give back or pay your tithes, whichever way you want to word it. Make sure you come in here with the emotional state, good. Like I said, if you have any problem, get that straightened out before you come. I don't deal with people that I got problems with, nor do I expect people that got problems with me to be lingering around me. So you come here for wisdom, come here for wisdom. Don't come with, your emotional baggage and all that other stuff. I'm not looking to, that was never the goal, It was never the goal for me to come and, receive the damage that y'all have to offer. I'm trying to help y'all get rid of it, but, everybody's not there yet. So is life. Shalom, pleasant feeling, peace and wisdom. Like I said, I wish I didn't have to have the channel membership. It'd be better if y'all all just had balance that clicked in here and you gave back. And that be that. And that everybody could come and learn, And it don't have to be like business. Hand to hand type of thing. But I go live publicly, so it gives you all a chance to give back publicly. In that, y'all can change the impression or the way the channel works. Meaning the channel is for y'all to learn. However it flow, it's on y'all. So if you feel like I don't like we gotta pay and get a channel membership, well, then change that. What do you want me to do? Give back. I don't know. Whatever problems I have, I just make the proper adjustments because problems is to be solved. Some of y'all have problems and then you just be like, have the same problem forever. You're like waiting for somebody else to solve it. I wouldn't know. But if you're like that, maybe you should think on that. Start here. If you have problems but you don't have a resolve, that means you don't have a problem. You just like problems. Again, if you have a problem, you should already have the resolve in mind. The resolve being like what you want the person to do to make it better for whatever they did. But if you have nothing in mind, or you come to realize, oh, I've been complaining all this time, but I never actually said like what what I want, then you have to grasp you may be a little problematic, meaning somehow you've become accustomed with being a victim. I guess you think there's a reward for you if you can prove that you were done wrong. I'm not sure how it works, but maybe you may want to come to realize that you are the problem that you're complaining about. There are no real problems that you have except the ones you create. You know, you'll call anything a problem. It can be the littlest, stupidest thing, but you get my point? I mean, like that. Some people become problematic in that everything's a problem. It could be something insignificant. It could be a mistake. Some of y'all are mad at people because of mistakes. Things that you know were not done maliciously. It just happened. It just didn't work out right. And you're mad because of that. How can you be mad over something that's not a malicious act? That part. When you're problematic, you, you think being a victim is a reward, then you get it. You start stressing yourself out, making all the most pettiest things a big problem. In that, you got to live that. And so you get my point? It's just Jews for those of y'all that, are emotionally disturbed. I'm telling you how it got that way. And keep focusing on stupid things. Things that are not important. Now, thank you for your balanced, pleasant feeling. I appreciate that. You're already a channel member, so like I tell you guys, when you see my channel members giving back, they're doing that for y'all. Not sure why y'all have so much dishonor in y'all heart, but keep things like that in mind. When I go live, it's for you. If you got so much of a problem with me, well, just keep that in mind. You still got access. Those that are aligned with me, and they do right by me, they still do right by y'all. And she just gave back for y'all, meaning Pleasant Feeling is a channel member. She don't have to give back anything. She's gonna see the videos regardless. And so again, that's for y'all. You gotta know that's not for me. And I thank them for y'all. And so keep track of your dishonor. A lot of y'all take that as like a ploy to like convince you to give back. Your giving back or not giving back is not going to do anything to my life. I don't think a lot of y'all took a time out to think on that. Think like, if I stop giving back, it's going. I was who I was before you ever seen me, so I'm not sure why you think my life is dependent. You get my point? On your disdain or whatever you call it. But I live on real time. If anyone has a problem, like I said, you bring your problem forth. That way it can get cleared away. Meaning if you have a point, I'll acknowledge that point and make whatever corrections I need to make. If you don't have a point, but you just want to have a problem, then you get it. Move along, please. That's how I move. But other than that, I always keep my ear open to problems. You get it? Like if anyone has a problem or a perspective I might have overlooked. I always been like that. I'm the boss in the streets, but I'm still like asking the people that work for me, like, they perspective. What you think? Now let them do their own thing and just watch what they do. Maybe they, maybe how they move might work a little better. It don't usually work out like That's not what usually happens, but you get it? I'm like that with my children. I give them distance, because you get it? I watch them from afar, but they be knowing like I know my dad got tabs on me. You get it? I could not I could be having a little issue with my daughter and we don't talk for 2, 3 months, but I know her brain knows like my dad knows. He's keeping tabs on me still. You get it? She used to complain about that when she was younger. Like, why I can't go nowhere and do nothing? Everyone's watching me. So I'm like that. I give you whatever room you need. Everybody's growing to be grown, so you get it? You gotta get it right. Peace and wisdom gift from Aquarius. I accept kind words and things like that. For those of y'all that come here get lost, I think my channel is money based. My channel is fairness based. That's the whole point of my teachings. The world is unfair. A lot of people have an unfair perspective. People are only fair if you force them. It's not just normal for people to be fair in their ways and crooked out of desperation. People will just be unfair for no goddamn reason in the daytime. You get my point? Y'all will cheat on y'all spouses and things like that. This is not fair. You understand? Because you can get over doesn't mean that you should, especially when you're talking about a loved one. Think on that. Yeah, you could cheat on your spouse and get away with it, but think on it from the perspective that you love the person. So now when you break their heart, you do got love for them. So what you think their broken heart gonna make you feel like? In that, you get it? Most people work against themselves. But it's because they're not being fair, or their mind is not groomed on that. And so that's the point of my teachings. When I tell you guys to give back, you shouldn't have a mindset that, oh, this man should teach me all the things I don't know and I just receive it like I'm some bum that have no worth. You can always give back something, your time, assistance with something, you get it? But like I said, most people in life are unfair, so that's the point of everything. Now, I've been teaching all these years. If you've been following, I've yet to get to more than 25 or 20% of y'all giving back. Meaning there's never been a time where 100% of y'all have given back, or 50%, you get it? You can just judge it from the lives. So like I'm live right now, having many of y'all is in here. You get it? Maybe one slipped through to the Cash App or the PayPal, but you get my point? I have no balance. So that's why it's a paid thing now. But like I said, it's y'all channel, y'all control these things. I guess y'all like hand in hand better. Pleasant feelings said I pity the fool. It's a deep thing. Once a person becomes bitter, they add on to that bitterness. So keep track of your bitterness in life, because most people will add on to it, not realizing it. Like I told you guys before, a lot of people that I grew up with before, they turned their back against me or went against me with a rumor. A lot that was being spread. But they had no real relationship with the source of the rumor. You get my point? In that, they turned their back on the person that they had a relationship with that always looked out for them, for gossip and rumor coming from somebody they never really had no relationship with. Now, when you fast forward it to now, they get no assistance from that person because they never had no relationship with that person. You get it? And they burned their bridge with me. And so a lot of people that I know, that I grew up with, they kind of in limbo. Meaning I was the person that always, had something going. And, I let other people that I fuck with come eat with me. You could come eat with me, ain't no thing. Like I said, a lot of people burnt that bridge, but like I said, dishonor come with a debt. Most people don't realize it. Now, a lot of them people that did me like that, went with rumors and things against me for somebody they don't even have a relationship with. Most of them people are left with the main person or people that went against them, or you get it? Never was there for them when they were in need. Meaning most of y'all that's dishonorable, or if you somebody from my past and you're watching, look at who you speak to every day or who your friends are now. And I guarantee you're gonna realize, like, damn, he right. That person is the person that was always, not helping me out or talking behind my back. And these is your friends now. Meaning most people, they do dishonor and then they don't realize that they have to live it out. And that a lot of people I know are living out their dishonorable deeds, but they don't realize it. And so you want to keep track of your dishonor. It's a deep, deep thing. Peace and wisdom, Reapers. We gotta get it together. Make sure y'all come in here making sense. Get them likes up, please, if you're grasping things. For those of y'all that do, fall into those things, meaning a lot of y'all are young, y'all in heavy gossip times, not like my times, but y'all in heavy gossip times. So a lot of y'all probably gonna betray people so you could fit in with the gossip crowd in the moment. Or maybe you just be present for gossips and keep your mouth shut and don't say nothing. You get my point? Trying to play both sides type of thing. You're gonna lose out on what's good and you're gonna be stuck with, you get it? All that shit you don't want. Then you're gonna be crying about nobody looking out for you and helping you, but you're not gonna realize, like, the person that was good to me ain't supposed to. You get it? A lot of people that I was good to, they be needing a little help. I don't really help them. You get my point? I stay my distance. But you get it? They be crying and complaining. They be crying and complaining, not realizing, like, you made your bed. You're not supposed to. You know how y'all are? Y'all will come back around after you really not supposed to. I'm a cordial person. I ain't gonna kick nobody away that I know. And that, you get it? Needs to be lost in their brain. It's a deep thing, but it's not funny, but it's unfortunate. And so if you young, you keep track of your dishonor, you make sure, you stay solid. Because at the end of the day, all you got in life is your immediates. This is your family, maybe 2 or 3 good friends, and a good girl if you could find one. So this should just be your goal in life if you're a man or a woman. Out of all the piles of shit you have, people, man, maybe you find 2 or 3 out the crowd that's solid, and you get it? Let them be your besties and y'all be solid with each other. Maybe you can find yourself a good spouse. You take your time, so you get it? You don't get caught up in all the dumb shit. Meaning you pick the right people in your life as you were a kid, so when you're around 40, 50, you get my point? You surrounded by nothing but love and goodness. There ain't nothing worse than being 40 and 50 and you around a whole bunch of people where you in your mind knowing, like, man, we don't work together, man. We snakes to each other on the low. I separated myself from crowds like that. When I see everybody talking about each other behind their back on the low, snaking each other out on the low, but it really ain't on the low, I separate myself from those crowds. That's why I'm able to prosper now. But you get my point? It wouldn't be so if I was was still all lingering around. Yeah, the gossip times is horrible. When you see men having gossip shows and gossip podcasts, you know you in bad times. Man usually get his woman out of that because you know that's gonna become her problem. Like that's what's gonna get her in trouble. Try to keep his kids out of that too, cause he knowing like, nah, that's the stuff that gets you in trouble. It's best to stay away from those things. But in the daytimes, you get it? You got men doing more gossiping than women. And I ain't being funny, meaning I trust women in the daytime more than men, cause men that gossip like women, they gossip worse than women. They the reason why women is chilling on the gossiping, cause they like, oh, niggas is gossiping now? Oh, hell nah. This shit is watered. This shit watered down then. So a lot of chicks ain't even got time for gossip no more. Plus, most chicks is gossip masters, so they could tell you better than me the ending results of gossip. You get it? Meaning most chicks could break this whole gossip shit down that I'm trying to break down to y'all, cause I ain't a gossiper, so I don't know all the ins and outs, but I'm sure some of these chicks on here could tell you the ins and outs, everything. Like that's gonna come to happen if you partaking in that. And so you don't want to play with anything that's gonna play with your perspective, because like I said, you have to live out your perspective in your mind. And just make sure you honorable and solid in life, and all things will serve you. It makes sense? You need an example? Like I said, when I was young, a lot of my friends, they kind of betrayed me. They went with the rumor. Basically, me and my cousin got locked up, and he said that I told on him. But that wasn't true. It wasn't even possible for me to. You get it? Meaning he's on parole and shit like that. So if you understand, like, law and criminal life, just think if you got a friend or a family member that's on parole. So if you get a call that they got pulled over by the cops and they took a knife from them, a little pocket knife, you might get nervous and be like, damn, they gonna go back to jail because they on parole. You get it? With a person on parole, they can't have no police contact. So I'm saying that so you could grasp. My cousin was on parole. It wasn't nothing that. You get my point? If you understand parole and the door getting kicked in and drugs and guns being around, it wasn't really nothing my cousin, you get it? He wasn't getting out of that. You on parole, big baby. My admitting to anything would have just made it worse for him and stuff like that. You get my point? Because we live together. So if I take all the guns and drugs, he definitely gonna go to jail. He ain't supposed to be around that. So it's a delicate matter. But you know, he young, he got frustrated, and you know how y'all get when y'all mad. Y'all say anything. So he told people I told on him. Or he said something similar to that. But you know, people just do what they do. I ain't taking it off him. It's his fault. But the point I'm making is this. His actions serve me. You get my point? Meaning, no one knows if he did what he was told to do. And the joke's on everybody. If you ask any of these people, do they still speak? They don't know. If me and him speak, they don't know nothing. Like that. And that, they don't know, like, what if these two niggas played the trick on us? And Cheese was just making him say that to test us. That part, they don't know. And so you get my point? Whatever the case may be, his actions serve me. Because I could still be around people that would actually go with some shit like that, you know? You could die for something like that, somebody saying you a rat. So you get my point? I could have still had people like that around me grinning in my face, but his actions and him doing what he did, it served me. And I can't see nobody looking back and saying, no, it didn't serve him. Shit, that whole crowd, you know, the people I came up with, they all turn against each other. Y'all know how it go. That shit don't stop. And so do you get my point? His actions saved me. Now, like I said, the joke's truly on everybody else, meaning it's a deep thing. Make sure you honorable. You get my point? Even the negative things in life gonna serve you. When you dishonorable, the debt will come. I'm telling you from experience. I had to suffer a little debt of my own. You know, for selling dope and doing stuff like that. I never was really dishonorable to a person, but just living a dishonorable lifestyle and putting people on to this dishonorable lifestyle. You get my point? You gotta remember, I put my cousin on to the lifestyle, so whatever he did, you get it? I can't fully say, like, dishonor carry a debt, so that's that. Meaning, if you know me in real life, you could just sign it off to that. Probably, you say, well, you put that nigga on. You know, this is what most people say. You put that nigga on, so in that, do you get it? There's truth. Your dishonorable act, meaning I should have never put my cousin on. Some of y'all got family members you about to put them on into the street life. Don't do it. Find another way for them to earn. Why? Because that life don't last. So you get my point. They gonna have to do something else to learn to earn anyway. So you might as well do that. But if you do, get it. Dishonor carry a debt. Don't ever forget that. And so you get my point. Everybody has to live out their dishonorable deeds. And Boss Man said negativity is just the salt on your food if you're honorable. Negativity makes me feel sad for y'all because I know what it is. Meaning when a person is speaking negative about others or just period, they not happy where they are in life. And I don't care who you are, you've been grinding to get to wherever you at. If you are somewhere, no matter how high up or whatever, but you somewhere. During your grind, you get my point. In perspective, you can look back to that time and say, damn, I could see how a person could like fall a little short and get a little frustrated. I had a lot of frustrated moments in my grind and to where I'm at. You get it? Not me. I'm saying like if you're the viewer watching and you kind of, you know, grinded your way to where you at. Shit, during that grind, you was getting frustrated, man. You was getting mad at people. They might not have been, you know, they might not have did nothing, but you like, fuck that, something gotta give, like. And so you get it? When I see people speaking negatively, I just feel like that. Like I feel bad for them, because you get it? Everybody's good. They just fall into they shit. Like, I don't view my cousin or none of my past friends as bad people. They good people. People just lose their step, you know? Then sometimes they just keep walking off that lost step. But it's life. Everybody's growing, so you gotta make room for error. Meaning everybody you know in life, you gotta give them room for error. Otherwise, you basically saying everybody's grown and perfect. But that's not the reality. Some people don't get it together till they 50 or 60, whatever the case may be. But you get it? If you got it together, you should just be happy. Because at the end of the day, I don't want nobody to look at it like a kicking, if anybody down or something. I want you to look at it like that. I ain't in that business. I beat niggas up when they on their I put hands on niggas when they on their feet. Like, they down. But now I'm just playing. Peace and wisdom, Anthony Harris. What's up, Big Red Bull? I hope you know you still my broski. You give me a call one day, man. Anthony Harris said, my son disrespected me with curse words. 2 days later, he have a motorcycle. Damn, he okay, but life has its way. See, Red Bull be knowing. That shit's real. If you a parent, you get it? When your kids hit that teenage year and young adult years, they lose their way. Meaning, you know what your kids, man, you gonna let your kids get away with shit, but you gonna get all that back. If you a parent, you like, damn, you get all that shit back. You spoiled your kid a little bit, you get all that shit back. Where you like, God damn, I should have made sure I ain't give you no breaks, cause those breaks are now biting me in the ass, boy. Some of y'all parents, you know what I mean. You ain't give your kid all the ass whoopings they were supposed to get when he was being bad. Now you like, damn, I don't know what to do, man. I think I should have been gave them an ass whooping and we paid to past that point. So it's like that if you a parent. If you a kid, like I say, man, you don't want to curse your parents. Like curse word talk them. You definitely don't want to put your hands on your parents. And you definitely don't want to lose your perspective that you're not an equal. They created you. We get lost in the God and all of that. Maybe that's how y'all mind gets scrambled. But your parent, whoever you are, is your creator. That means that they own you, whether we want to acknowledge that or not. And if there was no Babylonian laws here, most of y'all would know that. Meaning your parent would have put the hand of God upon your ass, but they like, I don't want my kid to call the cops, and I go, you get it? We live in a system. I discipline my own kid and end up in jail. But if this was back in the day, boy, where there was no Babylon laws, you know, society laws, man, it's half y'all parents would have put the hand of God on y'all already. Y'all would have been calling y'all parents God. And your mother goddess, like, God, can I eat breakfast? That's how it was in the past. Motherfucker kids was they slaves until they got of age. You get it? That's what they call putting in your work. Nigga gave you life. Now you got to work. You got to serve for that life you was given. So back in the day, you see kids in the yard doing yard work and all kind of shit. Parents on the porch sipping lemonade. Cause you feel me? Kids got to learn. This is where chores came from. So if you wash the dishes and empty the trash in your little apartment or house, well, if this was back in the day and everybody had their own land, you'd feel me? You'd be mowing the shit out of 10, 20 acres. You'd be working that grass, like. And like I said, your parents would be kicking back, making sure y'all do what they told y'all to. This is where the sitting on the porch sipping lemonade come from. They could easily go in the house and watch TV or something, but you know, no. Got to make sure these slaves working. This they kids. To make sure these slaves out here putting in their work. Because it's like I told y'all, man, kids ain't nothing but slaves. Back in the day, man had 50 acres. Try to have all the kids he can because he needs slaves to keep up with that land. He can either hire workers or have his own free slaves. This is his kids. He ain't got to pay them. You make them work. Save your life. Now you owe me. And then you feel me? Like that. Same way you look at God and you be like, God gave us life. God is the great. Well, you got to start with your parents first. And if you can't get that shit right, then you can't possibly think God gonna believe you. When you be like, God is the glorious. He gave us all life. Shit, you don't care your parents gave you it. So in regards to the whole life we all partaking in, I'm sure you wouldn't give a fuck who, you get it? And that's real talk. So when you look at things from a real life perspective like that, you get it? You got to start with the simple things like your parents. I ain't saying everybody parents did right by them. I'm sure everybody in life got something they can say, you feel me? But it's not about that. It's about the balance. It's about you was given life by them. And whatever error you see in their ways, you be the perfection of it, helping to make them better in their ways. Not crying and shit, talking about whatever happened. You get my point? Like I said, I know some of y'all parents might have been horrible. I don't know. I ain't have a horrible mother. So I don't know. Like I didn't get abused and shit like that. For the most part, you get it? I had it easy and good. I'll never lose sight of that. I was wearing Jordans and shit. I can't complain. I wouldn't feel right. You get my point? I ain't get a lot of ass whoopings, but I wasn't a bad kid either. So, you get it? Me and my mom's worked hand in hand. I did what the fuck I was told to do. And she made sure and she made sure she rewarded me. So you get it? That's how that went. So I ain't gonna sit here and do that. I mean, we had our hardships. That's life. But you get my point. Same with grandma. She did she put her hand in. She put her time in. My grandmas ain't had a lot. Meaning my grandmas ain't never bought me no Jordans or nothing like that, man. I was out. But she always had shelter for a nigga and some food. You get my point? And so she raised my mama. My mama got me Jordans and all that. And so you get it, it all trickled down. And that go to my aunt, my sisters, anybody that's older than me that was in the family that, took a time out because we all be like feeble and shit. So you can't never lose sight of that. Like we all started off feeble. Somebody had to help you get along. And maybe they lost their way, but you get it? You can't lose yours. You gotta keep everything in perspective. Red Bull said all I told him was to remember what you say to me that's disrespectful. Who you talking about, my boy? You talking about the other son, right? Not Mr. Corvette. I can't believe I forgot your son's name. I still be talking to him. He be hitting me up. I be hitting him up too sometime. Antoine. Damn, I'm getting old, man. Red Bull like y'all, man. He one of my early followers. Now he got his own wisdom and his own, stand on his own legs. I guess he been doing that, you could say, but it sparked his mind and shit. And I'm saying that so y'all could grasp. Some of y'all become friends of mine. Like in life, I'll view you that way. So I hope y'all like the same way. But I met Red Bull from him being a follower of mine. Not like that, but you get it, of my teachings. And then we met up in like 2019 or something. I forgot when. It was a while ago now, but like I said, man, y'all make sure y'all you want to have honor for your parents. It's not about what they could provide for you and all of that. When you get grown, you're supposed to see like it's hard out here. So if anything, it should make you see like whatever they did provide, ain't nothing coming easy in this world. So you get my point? Some of y'all don't get holly shit from your parents. You like, I hate this life. I don't get nothing. I mean, it's hard to get shit in this life. You got to know you killing your parents when you carrying on like that, because they trying. Some of y'all parents might be drug addicts, so you like, nah, they got it. They just spending my shit on them drugs. Man, they suffering, man. You got to know that. You can't never lose sight. Like, motherfucking parent a drug addict, they got a problem. Some of y'all got like crackhead parents and dope fiend parents. Like I said, I don't know those kind of things. But you get my point. I can only speak from observing others and maybe being close enough to kind of get it. That's why when y'all be saying like bringing up weed and drugs and shit here, I ain't come up like that. So I be taking offense. You get it? I would never be like a heavy drug user of any sort. Yeah, I smoke bud, but I ain't the type of nigga that's just blowing bud around the clock. I wouldn't get anything done. Like I always tell y'all, you write 11 books in less than 11 years, and then we could talk, and everything else I've done. Now I just be kicking back, living off those works. So if you was watching me in the beginning and you say, man, that nigga be moving too fast, he dropping mad books and shit, that's like I told y'all then. You do a lot of work now, you can kick back a little bit later. So I'm like that. I like to just do a lot of work first. If we was working a job, I'm the type of dude I want to do all the work in like 3 hours. Let's just knock this out. Then we could just chill for the rest of the day. Like, if anything should happen, we got time, because we knocked everything out already. I'm like that. Get everything out the way. Handle the business, and then you can kick back. Others, y'all like to let y'all work pile up for y'all dive in. I ain't really like that. I like to knock it out as it come in. I wouldn't care if it's small. Get it out of here. All work got to be done. Like, work is like a mess. It got to be cleaned up. Like, so that's how I work. And most people I know that I work for, they like to try to keep me a worker. Like, convince me to be a worker. Because I'm a really good worker. I'm that dude where you like, yeah, he gonna finish all the work, because this nigga be desperate to chill. Like, watch how fast he knocked this out. I guess, I don't know, I move real fast in life. But it's like I said, it's because of that. You gotta make room to relax. But I ain't saying like shortchange your work. Do it right and fulfill it. But you get it? Get that work out of there. Always look at work like that. Even if you're working at your job, knock that out. Make sure the boss see, like, blood, I knock my work out. So if you ever see me lingering around, give me a little room for error. Because you already know I'm the best worker you got. I knock all these jobs out in about an hour. And that, you get it? You got room for error. You got room to do a little more than the next employee. I always kind of put myself in that position when I worked, like a job. I make sure I have a little room for error. And that, I'm the dude that be missing mad days of work. But they be like, why he don't get fired? Because when he here, he doing y'all job. So Slim Reaper said I'm the same way. Super persistent. Yeah, I'm like that. If you watching my videos, I'm sure you could tell that just from the way I drop the content. Like, I'm persistent in whatever I do. Rapid speed time. But the main point I was making was for the parents. Make sure you make sure you get your perspective, screwed on tight. They get better and better every generation. So my mother and my father's generation, they had it harder than I did. And my daughter's and son's generation, they got it easier than I had. So you get it to get easier and easier for every generation. So just keep those things in mind. Meaning, if you young, we ain't have YouTube or none of that. We had to really go out there and try to figure out how we was gonna make some money. Y'all come try y'all hand on these little websites, and you get it? Little things y'all could kind of find to keep y'all getting some money and not getting in trouble. It wasn't like that for us. You had to go outside. It's dangerous outside. So you get it? We outside, dying almost. We all outside, dying almost, trying to feed you and stuff. So it get deep. Some of y'all like that right now. You out there risking your life because you like, I got my baby mama on my back. I gotta do something. You out there risking your life right now. Don't do it. Learn how to communicate. Maybe get her to see, like, it's hard out here, but I don't know, just get to the business. You get my point? Y'all know how it is. I was young. You don't want to work. You want that fast paper. You got things to do when you young. I know how it is. I was young. You sitting in that job, it's 3, 4 o'clock. You like, I don't need to be here. I'm young. I need to be outside. Like, this job is interfering with my life. But you're like, damn, I need this money though. But this job ain't. This job is not it. So this is all young kids. This they mind. They like, I gotta get out of here. This is like school all over again. Except they paying me, but still, I gotta get out of here. Gotta figure out how to fix your brain to realize, man, your friends got the same reality you got, and focus on handling your business because you ain't missing nothing. And that's real talk. I had to learn that when I was young. I always want to be outside, and you get it? Around my friends, I had to realize, man, they got to do the same shit I got to. If I gotta work, they gotta work. I ain't missing nothing. They just sitting around. And so, kind of grass. Salam, shalom, Johnny Plays. The main thing is that, whoever you know in life, the people that's close to you, these are the only people in life that can fuck you over. So all fucking over is gonna come from people you know. In that, once you come to realize that, then you get my point. And this is why you gotta have like empathy, y'all. Not remorse, or maybe remorse. Because can't nobody else, you get it? Can't nobody else snake you out or fuck you over or do you dirty. A stranger can't do that to you. How is that possible? That part. The only way they'd be able to do that is somebody you already know. Kinda, position them too. In that, can't nobody snake you out but people you know in life, and you gon' get snaked out in this life because life is about pressure and you're growing. In that, you get my point? You gotta learn to forgive. You gotta learn. Otherwise, you're gonna be mad in this life. If all the places your lessons is coming from, you getting mad because all y'all lessons gonna come from y'all people that y'all know, not strangers. Meaning all your life lessons, this is your experiences. They gonna come from the people y'all know, not the people y'all don't. And that, only people in life y'all gonna have problems with is the people that you know. In that, you got to already get the mind already groomed, all right? Life gonna put me through some things so I can grow as a person. My being empathetic and remorseful in my ways and not so, fuck that, fuck them. You get it? You have to learn. You get my point if you wondering. Whoever snake you is just because you need to learn how to be a little more reasonable and remorseful, understanding that, some bad things gotta happen to you because that's the pressure that you need to grow beyond. And you get it? In that, you grow. Y'all have to look at it like this. Y'all are love, but y'all have to blossom into it. You are like a little seed of love, but you don't know how to be that because you ain't blossomed. And so everything that y'all going through is teaching y'all how to be the pinnacles of love, where y'all can forgive and be understanding, and nothing can interfere with, you get it? You're pushing out energies of love, especially to your loved ones. Now, most of y'all have little issues where you say, but I don't like this person. You get it? Like that. You have to grow beyond that childish nature. Kind of get into a place where you get it? Everybody's growing in their own time. So this is how everything is ordered for y'all to get snaked out and put through certain situations so y'all do get those pressures to grow. Your kids are going through things y'all went through decades ago. Do you get it? You was young and stupid and naive, and you ain't know this or that, and you get it? It was all set for you to be dishonorable and a spoiled brat and, scramble-minded in your perspective. But you will grow and find your way. But in the meanwhile, you will be the pressure for your parents. Do you get it? Now, they can't get frustrated at you and all of that. They got to, you get my point? Keep you at bay when they need to, bring you in when they need to, and you get my point? Learn how to evolve past their own frustrations, and it's like I said, pressure. Everybody's growing at different times so that everybody can be pressure for the next thing. I'm wise. Everybody I know ain't wise, so you get it? They can be like a pressure for me now, something I have to overcome. I'm not saying like abandon or like defeat. I'm saying like overcome whatever frustrations my being wise and them still lagging behind brings. Like that. Learning and growing to be patient, having remorse, empathy, remembering wherever somebody else was or wherever somebody else is at the current moment. You may have been there. More than likely you have, because we all, you get it? We live in the same life and we all growing in the same world. So you get my point? But it's mainly about that, overcoming our frustrations and all the negative parts of ourselves to where we're like just full of love and can't nothing disturb that. And that's for our own self's sake, you feel me? Just imagine if you was love-filled. You get it? Because right now, whatever's bothering you, that shit ain't got nothing to do with love. It got to do with you being aggravated, and you get it. Hate make you not feel good. It don't matter if you the one that have the hate for the person. It don't feel good when you aggravated and got hate and you feel like you a victim for this or that, and you get it? That shit do not feel good. It bring you to a low place. So imagine if all you had was love inside. You didn't have none of those things. That part. You be sitting right now with a smile on your face, thinking about all the things you might can do. Slowly getting to them. But you get my point? Overcoming your negative emotions is for you. And so all the people here to frustrate you and snake you out or do this or that is just to help you get along with that. We get lost into the revenge. We view revenge as like the way to grow or something. You get it? It's not about revenge. It's about, you can get revenge, but as long as you conquer the point, which is overcoming the negative emotions, because that's what's going to carry over to your loved ones. And that, when they do something, you're supposed to be empathetic, but you're going to take an extreme offense. And so, most people never learn these things. Like I said, y'all don't pay attention to life. Learn directly from life. And that, you get it, it's a lot y'all miss. But whatever you went through in life, just look at it like that. It's just the pressures for you to grow. Emotionally, mentally, and it's going to probably put your physical vessel through some turmoil. And this is what growing and aging is. That young boy that had that young, innocent face, you see him 30, 40 years later, and you get it? He got that look where you like, yeah, that motherfucker been through some shit, man, but you get it? He's still hanging in there. I've been around long enough now to where I've seen these things. The little 10-year-old boy. He 35 now. I'm 42. I remember the little nigga. He got that face though now. He got those wrinkles in his face too, because he got a little age. I see a little gray in his beard. You get it? That nigga's a man. Like, he done been through some things. I can see it in his face and his eyes. He not that little kid no more. But you get my point? That's what life is about. Everybody's growing mentally and emotionally. And it's going to show on the vessel. So when y'all try to perfect y'all look, y'all really be messing up like y'all stripes. You get it? That's why I don't be like, I let y'all see my grades and shit like that. You get it? That's my glory. Like, there's people that would have never guessed I would have ever made it to be gray. Because I was that little kid getting shot and stabbed up, and you get it? Always putting in some work. I was like that. So a lot of people, they had it in their mind like, yeah, he's definitely going to be dead before 30. It's no way he's going to make it. This is every year. Like, every year there's a shootout. Like, every year he's in it. Like, I'm trying to give you the perspective so you could grasp. I'm sure hella people, if you asked them that know me, did you ever think he was going to die? I'm sure they all would say, yeah, hell yeah. He was definitely most likely. He would have definitely got the vote for like most likely to die before we reach 30. So for me to be here with the gray hair and the wisdom, that shit is glorious. Meaning I know the people that know me in real life, when they do take a moment, they probably like, damn, everything came, full circle, man. My nigga sitting here with the gray hair. Why is this shit? But it's not far-fetched. It's almost like, damn, that's exactly how it was gonna be. You get it? Because I'm the one that was going through the fire. So you get it? Nigga come out like fine brass. But y'all, the damage life do to y'all vessel, it tell a story, all the glory there. Man and woman. And when y'all try to fix yourselves up, surgery wise, y'all be taken away from those little glories. There's people that's older than you. They want to see your little gray strip of hair coming in. You get it? And you're messing that up. They want to see you grown, like the whole process. They seen you as a little kid and you coming along and shit. Just think like your kids when you see them and they like 35 and they got like glasses on, they got little grays. I'm sure that shit is like, damn, everything coming full circle. Now my phone is about to die. I'm all frozen out. That's why my voice sound like this. I'm freezing. But I'll go live probably in about 20 minutes, breaking down the Ren. This is the print, or the form of the soul. Salam, shalom.